Season 1 playoffs have arrived for the Pacific Northwest States Only Challenge. After a very inconsistently consistent season, we finished 9-7, winning the NFC West by 2 games, or game and a half, over the Cardinals. They were the next best team, who finished under 500 at 8-9. We make it to the wild card, where we are set to play off against the Lamar Jackson-led Washington Commanders. Now, before I do jump into this episode and play or watch through the game, I do want to shout out a comment I got, not last episode, but technically the one before that, as I record ahead of time. This is the closest to when I saw that comment, and it was a really good comment. Don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Michael DeBristis, maybe? He did comment that Frankie Louvu should get moved to a left or right, and just edge rush in general. And yes, definitely should. He does have 77 finesse moves, and with having only 79 speed, would make a lot more sense on the outside. Unfortunately, not going to do that change right now because we need him at linebacker in general. We don't have the best. Pat O is also 30 and might regress after this season. So if we don't win the Super Bowl and we do go into an off season, then maybe we can make some moves, bring in some other linebackers, and then we could move Frankie Louvu to an edge. With our current setup, he wouldn't be a starter, but would be able to play behind DeMarcus Lawrence or Kayvon Thibodeau. We do also have Carl Granderson, and they're two very similar edge rushers, but that would give us some really good depth as edge rush. But as for now, we are going to keep him as a linebacker because, again, we just don't have great depth. If we were to move him now, we would have to start Corey Littleton, and I don't really want to do that. So for now, we're going to keep Frankie Louvu there, but if we don't win the Super Bowl, then it's a possible offseason thing that we could do. Appreciate the comment. But speaking of not making the Super Bowl or making the Super Bowl, as we are into the playoffs, this series changes a little bit. It's no longer going to be multiple games per episode, but 1 game per episode. You guys could just get more out. Again, depending on how we do on the field, a win and 50 likes, and we are back with the next round the next day. So a win in this matchup today, and you guys get the video 50 likes. We'll have the divisional round out tomorrow, which would be the first game that we could get back Marcus Mariota. We will have to have Gardner Minshew help lead our offense past wild card week. Then from there, a tough decision to make on if we continue with Gardner Minshew or go back to Marcus Mariota. But either way, first things first, we have to get the win here against Washington Commanders. So let's try to do just that. And we'll be starting on offense to get the playoffs underway. From the pistol look will be a handoff. Alexander Madison breaking off a nice run to start the day, 15 yards, and then a penalty flag tossed in late. Not too sure that really affected the play much at all, considering it was well down the field, but will leave us with a 1st and 5. Play action off of it. Gardner Minshew looks to scramble, finds a gap, gets the first, and slides down after the gain of 9. But besides missing just a couple players, one of our corners who's out for the season in Marcus Mariota, this is the healthiest we've really been in quite a while. So hopefully we'll see that make a big impact. We've missed Alexander for the last, I'll say 4 or so games. Obviously simmed the last week when he did come back. But we had Gaskin out there who played really well. Obviously, Gardner Minshew, as he does find Kendrick Bourne here with the first down. But did have Minshew starting, and he helped lead us and secure a spot in the playoffs. So, got to give him props, and hopefully he could have a good postseason as he hooks up with Hodgins with the first down inside the 30. Big surprise at the end of last episode. Looking through the stats, Hodgins skyrocketed late on and actually became our #1 receiver in the stat column. Over 1,000 yards, not by much. I want to say he finished with 1,003, but really solid performance late. Really helped secure some wins when we really needed them. So big props to him. Should see a decent balanced effort here for our offense as Alexander Mattison spins off the first tackler, gets another first. Although we play more of a spread offense, we really have a nice balance between pass and rush. As another wide open receiver, this time going to get it up to Cooks. Feel like we've gotten the ball to everyone but Juwan Johnson to start this postseason. So we go with a handoff, Alexander Mattison. No Juwan Johnson on the first possession, but a perfect first possession for us. Ends with 6 as we claim a lead. But our defense will have to stop Lamar Jackson, who had over 4,500 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 11 interceptions on the season. Now, if they could start their day the same way our offense did, I think we'll be just fine. DeMarcus Lawrence and Vita Vea will be the guys up top. At the bottom, Thibodeau, but all get blown off the line as that'll be a first down rush for Austin Eckler. This offense can be really good. I mean, they have 2 superstar receivers, the X-Factor quarterback, really good running back, as well as Thibodeau and Vita Vea get back there for the sack. I hope to be saying that a lot in this one. Keep Lamar Jackson running around. Just try to limit his ability to make things go his way. Would surely be a good thing for us. As 2nd and 16, they'll go with a rush down the middle. Nice stop there by Shaq Thompson. We'll leave 13 yards needed for them on 3rd down as they go in shotgun. Have trips down to the bottom, 1 up top. Quick throw up top into double coverage, tipped away there by Wingard. Unfortunately, though, on the return, we did have a block in the back. So going to back us up a little bit, but still starting at a decent spot as Gardner Minshew tries to find some space. We'll still lose a few. Just couldn't quite get by his own blockers. 2nd and 13 will come out with a double running back look. They'll both go out on a route. Gardner Minshew dumping it off for Alexander right down the middle, picking up all the lost yardage and another first down. While we may not do well on 1st down, 2nd down, a lot better. Hopefully that doesn't become a trend though, although if we just keep ending up on top, can't really argue with that. But a 1st down rush of 5 sets us up for 2nd and 5. With trips down to the bottom, 1 up top. Gardner Minshew takes a snap, hands this one off, Gaskin down the middle, rolling over the defender for the first down. Again, that 1-2 punch at running back, really solid. We've been able to set up a good running back group in both this series as well as the Northeast State Challenge that we did prior to this one. And in fact, I feel like in most of our challenges, we set up a good running back group for sure. Even the Commanders Replacement Squad series that, funny enough, we're playing against the Commanders here as we head into the 2nd quarter. But overall, running back groups have gone pretty well for us in at least Madden 23. We'll see how well that continues on as Madden 24 getting closer and closer. With a pass across the middle, we will find Pharaoh Brown. So the backup tight end gets a catch before Juwan Johnson. He's still the only offensive normal guy, regularly starter out there guy who has yet to touch the ball at least once. Gaskins gets what he can on 1st down there. Was a pretty good job from the Commanders line there to stuff that rush. Only gets 1. As we'll drop with a shotgun. Going to motion over Brandon Cooks. To the line will be a pass. Dumping it off. And there, Juwan Johnson. No, Cooks. I saw the 3 and was just hoping we could call his name at least once. But no, not yet. 6 more yards needed here on 3rd and 6. Going to motion down Hodgins. Got 2 to the bottom. Will be another pass. Setting up the screen. Almost intercepted off the tip, but instead, incomplete. Field goal team heads out, kicking from the 36. Make this a 46-yarder, and Rosas right down the middle will widen our lead. So after a pretty slow start for the Commanders offense and a really fast start for the Seahawks here, can Jackson get them moving? Get at least some points on the board before the Pacific Northwest Challenge runs away with it. Will be a run down the middle. Few yards, Eckler. So just overall, I expect this offense to, get moving. They have some really good talent out there, as mentioned previously with the superstars and the X Factor. Imagine they'd have some good play. Eckler does break the tackle there and will step out. Kyler Gordon there, the one who came down at that cornerback spot who was shaken off. Rookie guy I would like to keep in the slot as much as possible, considering he doesn't really have much press ability. Flag down here on the first down. And that'll be a killer for him. We'll back him up, negate the first down, setting up a 3rd and 5. With a tight pistol look, Lamar Jackson, play action pass. Gonna sit in the pocket, unload right down the middle, deep down the middle, intended for DJ Moore, but knocked away. All right, now all momentum on the side of Gardner Minshew and this Pacific Northwest offense. Defense also performing really well. They've been able to stop Lamar Jackson in anything the Commanders offense have tried to do. And again, guy with like Austin Eckler, he always makes big plays. Hasn't been able to do it so far. So we'll see if we can make this a 3-score game as we start with a couple runs down the middle. A really nice run, Alexander Madison. He's not a fast guy, but he's shifty. He's already broken a few tackles today and got a lot of yards after the line of scrimmage, which is always nice. Yards from scrimmage, I believe, as same can be said for Gardner Minshew, creating so many essential quarterback draws on what are supposed to be pass plays. Right now, it's working for him, and we're not going to stop it. 1st and 10, just outside the 25. Will be a handoff. Alexander Madison down the middle will get a few. 6 rushes, 39 yards, and a touchdown for him, as we're not even to the halfway point here. So we'll get another carry. That probably his shortest, maybe half a yard. We'll force a 3rd and 6 as we come out with a bunch up top, 1 down below. Will be a delayed handoff. Gaskin, who breaks through the 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th, but can't stay on his feet. Stumbles down at the 12 and will head us on inside the 2-minute warning. And plays like that is exactly why I love the tandem we have at the running back here. We have the power, we have the speed, just maybe a little bit more stability, and that might have been a touchdown. Luckily, that ball just swatted away and not intercepted. We'll stick with the empty look, though, here on 2nd and 10 at the 12. Gardner Minshew in the pocket. Will throw across the middle behind the defender. Brandon Cooks with the catch down to the 1. Not only does that give us a free set or new set of downs, but a little bit more time to kill here before the end of the half as Gardner Minshew rolls and finds Hodgins in the back of the end zone. Will be a 3-score game prior to half. 1 minute, 29 seconds. Can the Washington Commanders pull one back? All early indications point at this turning into a runaway if Lamar Jackson cannot lead them back quickly here. Pass across the middle will be a catch, gain of about 7. Only 2 completed passes for Lamar Jackson in the first half. Look for that to increase here late on, as I expect a lot more passing to end the half as they do get the first down. At the same time, do start to call their timeouts. They have 2 more remaining, 56 seconds on the board. Need to at least get a field goal, give them something from the first half as Patrick almost gets the pick. He was our leading interception guy this season. I want to say 4. And the only one on our defense to get a touchdown as well. Another pass underneath will find Eckler, shy of the first down, but about a length of the football. So they do not need much here on 3rd and inches. Need to at least get the first down. About 15 more yards would put him in field goal range as Jackson scrambles, dumps it off, and there comes Gordon, the rookie, knocking it away. And they'll actually elect to punt here, at least coming out in the punting unit, and they do boot it away. Okay, interesting call there. 4th and inches. I feel you got to go for it. But we'll take over at the 38, hopefully just to run out this clock. Now, while some may assume pass with the spread, it will actually be a pass. Setting up the halfback screen, Gaskin will lose 2 yards. Great play there made from number 5 on the outside in Kazee. At the same time, ends up stopping the clock as Gaskin's shaken up. Hopefully nothing big. He's had some really good play as we set up the halfback screen again. Will be another loss of 2. However, neither side elect to call a timeout, and that should be the final play. No, we'll go with 1 more handed off just because we didn't like the lost yardage, so we'll get that back, and that'll be how we end the first half. It's been all Pacific Northwest in this one. The Commanders really haven't been able to do anything. As we head in, we'll take a quick look at the board before getting into the second half. 22 passing yards, 19 rushing is all our defense has allowed. Meanwhile, we have 81 and then 95. Take a look around the league here. Philadelphia beat New York 41-28. They advance, and the Carolina Panthers advance as well, beating the Packers 38-35. As we get the second half underway, AFC update, Steelers take out the Kansas City Chiefs 21-14. Now, will we see any more action here from the Commanders' offense in the second half? They do start with a first down gain through the air. But can they build off of that? Something they've struggled with is just being consistent, and there we go. Kyler Gordon, the rookie, gets the pick. We'll take over inside the 30 as Lamar Jackson quickly will get the tackle. Stumbling around, luckily we're not. It's been all straightforward here, 17-0 as we get our first possession almost inside the red zone to start the second half here. It will be a pass right down the middle. There we go. Jawan Johnson finally gets his catch. Gardner Minshew, 12 of 14, has been really solid today, as well as a good handful of rushing yards as well. Alexander also rushing well, just over 5 yards per carry, has a touchdown on the day as well. As we stay spread here, 2 down below, 1 up top. There actually might be 3 down below. As we'll go up top, gonna find Alexander Madison, who steps out after the gain of 4. The shorter, quicker passing game working pretty well for us. Gardner Minshew still yet to get over 100 passing yards, just a couple yards away, but has been really solid in the yards he has thrown for. As we go down the middle, Alexander to the 5. Leaving 4 for third down. Haven't gotten an update yet on Gaskin, so we'll see if it ends up being a big injury. Unfortunately, can't quite scramble away. We'll take the sack. Obata will get it, dropping us at the 9. No idea if I pronounce his name correctly. Probably not, considering how I normally pronounce things. But field goal from the 16 would be a 26-yarder, putting us up by 20. Well, nothing's quite worked for the Commanders yet, but they have some time. 4.5 minutes left here in the third quarter, as they will get an open completion here. Number 14 gets the catch. Is that Pickens? Yes, is Pickens. 3 catches, 32 yards on the day. He's really been their only receiver to get open several times at least, with a catch across the middle. Here they go, maybe starting to build things a little bit. Freiermuth, their tight end, gets the catch and the first as they cross midfield, something they really haven't done much today. Looking to at least get 3, you would hope, on this drive. Scrambling, finding Pickens once again. Jackson, 8 of 13, 74 yards and an interception on the day. Hasn't really scrambled much either, as they hand this one off, swallowed up in the backfield. Great play there made by Thompson. That was his 5th tackle on the day. He's been really good in the rushing game for us. Has been hit or miss in the passing, but for the most part, we've been pretty solid there this season. We've also seen some pretty decent play from our safeties as well, helping out with coverage across the middle. As they have a first down, another one here with a first down catch across the middle, DJ Moore. One of the few catches he's gotten in this game. He did have the earlier penalty that took away a first down from them. Eckler down the middle here, get a couple. But by far, definitely their best performance, their best drive yet, as they'll stick with a single back look here. Will be a drop back pass. Lamar Jackson looking to buy some time. Thibodeau couldn't get off the block. Open for a possible, no, not going to be a touchdown, but down to the 2 for a first and goal. Jackson just able to buy enough time there to find Shaheen, who will get 16 and set them up with their first and goal, I believe, of the day. They definitely haven't had many, as it will be a handoff down the middle and in. They get their first points late on in the third quarter. Some second half adjustments seemingly sparking something here with the Commanders. It'll just come down to our offense to ensure that they don't really build too much off of that. Alexander Madison with a nice strong run there will get 5. Still averaging a little over 5 yards a rush, somewhere around like 5.2. As we do end the third quarter, heading into the fourth, we still have a nice lead here, but would like to take back a 3-score lead. And at the same time, if we could do that while killing clock, all perfect. Granted, perfect doesn't always work out too well for us. You might know why if you watched the Commanders Replacement Squad series earlier this week. Handoff to the outside will be another first down, stepping out of bounds. Luckily, though, doesn't actually stop the clock, so that'll keep on rolling. As we have one receiver to the top, one to the bottom as we sit in the pistol ace formation. Gardner Minshew looking to scramble, does have space, has a lead block as well with Pharaoh Brown, who will help him get the first down as well as taking the contact. Gardner Minshew does not care. As long as he's getting the first down, that's all that matters. And he definitely did, setting us up at the 43. We'll hand this one off down the middle. Good run, but there is laundry on the field. Unfortunately, Pharaoh Brown ruins the play there for us as we'll take a 1st and 20. As we hand this one off down the middle, Alexander Madison with a great run, getting all the lost yardage back and almost a first down, gain of 18 on the play. He needs just 14 more yards to get past 100 as Verdell checks in, so it does not look like we'll see any more Gaskins in this one. But on his first carry, Verdell does pull through for us, gives us the first down, and he'll head back to the sideline as Alexander Madison will come back in. Another rush right down the middle, trucking through some defenders with the help of his offensive line for another first down. Just let this clock keep cooking. As we move inside 5.5 minutes, Verdell back out there. He will take the handoff down the middle and truck. No, that's not Verdell. Gaskin pops in. He says, hey, don't tell people I'm out. I'm good to go. Comes back in, gets a gain of 2. Does take a solid hit, though. Empty look. Great play there from their linebacker, 54 with the swat. So we'll set up a 3rd and 8 with the pistol ace. Only one receiver spread either side. We'll go back to the run. Down the middle, we will roll for a few yards, setting up 4th and 3. Now, I'm perfectly fine taking the field goal here. Would make this, quick math, going to be a 16-point game. Still 2 scores, but they would need 2 2-point conversions. Now, this Commanders offense has the skill to get the job done, but can they with only about 4 minutes left? Lamar Jackson will lead them as he goes under center with a bunch to the bottom, one receiver up top, drop back pass right across the middle to a wide open Freiermuth, just shy of the 40. After the interception to start the second half, Jackson has just been solid, delivering perfectly placed passes to wide open receivers. Now our defense just needs to make some big plays as they pick up and slam down number 11. They're shy of the first. We'll leave 2nd and 1 at the 48 with a tight under center look here. Will be another drop back pass, not getting a whole lot of push up front. Pickens, though, does get the first down on the gain of about 5. And now a much different look as they go with an empty set. Jackson making a change at the line. Will be a drop back pass, no draw, just to a wide open guy. Only taking what we're giving him, but right now we're giving him a lot. Only 5 incompletions for Jackson on the day, including one of which was the interception. Pass to the bottom, Pickens. Great hands there in tight coverage. But the Commanders already using up half their time as we hit the 2-minute warning. They'll come out with a bunch up top, one down below. Pass across the middle and will be caught, Freiermuth, but not getting away from Pat O there. Just a gain of 8 as they enter into hurry up down at the 9. Jackson across the middle will find Eckler, who makes a move, and that might be a face mask on Pat O. Luckily for us, though, just moves them from the 2-yard line to the 1-yard line as they come out with a bunch to the bottom. Eckler, the lone back, will go out on a route up top. Jackson dumps this one off, and they will find another second half touchdown, pulling this thing closer, but I expect they go with a 2-point conversion. And indeed, that is the case. With a very similar formation, essentially just flipping it. To the top is the bunch. Jackson dropping back, has a rollout to the top. Gonna have to run for it, and he will not get it. That might be the nail in the coffin. A 10-point game, 1:35 on the clock. Shaq Thompson with the really smart play there, sit in coverage. Now we just need to get the onside, which we do, and hold on to it. Kendrick Bourne does. 2 great plays there, sit in coverage, make sure you get the tackle, and then on the attempted onside, just hold on to it. And with how solid our running game has been, you surely imagine we should see this one on through. A minute 33 on the clock. Gaskin's back out there, will get dropped after not even a gain of 1, will be a loss of 1. With how Alexander Madison has been running, I'm glad he's back out there. 2nd and 11 as we sit with a single back shotgun look. Alexander breaks to the bottom, will pick up about half the yardage needed. Leaves us with 6 more here on 3rd down as we come out in shotgun, trips up top, hand this one off, and a great tackle there in the middle. What do we do from here? Do we go for it here? Try to put the game away. We are still up 10. Or hard count, try to get someone to jump. No one does. We'll call a timeout. And with that, we'll send out Rosas to kick here from the 44, make it a 54-yarder to essentially mean that they need 2 touchdowns. But no, we still decide to go for it, and Juwan Johnson makes the big play. He's still running all the way into the end zone. Definitely stumbled around on the running. I'm pretty sure I said rumming, but either way, that's probably what this team is going to be drinking as they head to the party after, with a heck of a play, putting this game away. There's really nothing left here the Commanders can do. Now down by 17 points as that pass overthrown. But they have no timeouts, a minute 8 seconds, and they need 3 scores. Simply not gonna happen, knock on wood, because you never quite know. But should not happen as Pickens gets the catch, 4 yards out of it. But they need touchdowns, not short little routes, as they have 3rd and 6 with a tight pistol set. Lamar Jackson will go deep downfield, knocked away in triple coverage. Take the underneath route, it was open. I guess they were going to go for it on 4th down anyway. 4th and 6 with a bunch up top, 2 down below, empty look. Pass knocked away. Pat O, who else will end this game? A 30-13 win in the wild card. All we had to do, take a few knees, and Juwan Johnson can break out his rum and head into the party, as that was just a dominant showing in the wild card. Both offense and defense played outstanding. Only 23 rushing yards allowed, 186 through the air, most of which came in the second half. Well-balanced offense, near 200 rushing yards. Defense forced takeaways. Gardner Minshew played a heck of a game. And with how he played, I don't think there's any reason to take Gardner Minshew out. Unfortunately, Marcus Mariota, who did help lead us to a pretty good start, Gardner Minshew finishes it up. I think we give it to him. We'll play the hot hand. If for some reason Gardner Minshew does not perform well in the divisional round, we could always switch. But we will be moving on to the divisional round, where we will be playing against the Carolina Panthers. They finished their season 9-8, had the really big performance. What was it? 41-24, I want to say. Wait, no, that was the Eagles one. It was 41-28. The Panthers squeezed out a win against the 3-seed Packers, 38-35. The Buccaneers will be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, who scored a lot, and obviously we'll be taking on the Carolina Panthers. Over on the AFC side, the 2nd seed takes out the 7th seed Raiders over the Broncos, 31-17. We saw the Steelers taking out the Chiefs. And then behind me, the Chargers beat the Texans 35-17. So the AFC divisional round will be Dolphins versus Chargers, Raiders versus Steelers. And potentially we'll see one of those hopefully in the Super Bowl. But in order for that to happen, we need to keep winning. And with us winning, you guys need to get the video 50 likes, and we'll be back again tomorrow for the divisional round. So make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribing so you don't miss out. Bear icon in the bottom right, or you could scroll down and hit the actual subscription button right next to the bell icon, which again, you should click. That way you're notified when these videos go live. This series typically posted every Wednesday and Saturday, the Commanders Replacement Squad series Monday and Thursday, and then FIFA 23, the My Player Career, every Tuesday and Friday. You guys got 6 videos every week with your chance to make it more this week with playoffs on the line. So make sure 50 likes. We'll be back tomorrow. If not, we're back Saturday for the divisional round of the playoffs. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye.